Well, good Monday evening, my YouTube friends. It looks like Molly is going to have a little more work than just the disconnect switch. After I hooked that all up and everything, and with the new deep cycle batteries in there now, there's some issue going on with the E450 chassis in my motorhome. Molly started to smoke by the battery today under the hood there when I tried starting her up. It There's some electrical short underneath there because when I'm plugged into shore power, everything works just fine. The 12 volt system and everything. The only thing that doesn't work on the 12 volt system plugged in is I can't start the Cummins generator. There's some issue going on that must be linked in with the chassis battery somehow, or some way there, because plugged into 120 power at the shore power here at the house, the whole motorhome, everything 12 volt and everything works inside just fine. But luck has it, and my Molly was there for me, because if this would have happened on the road, it would have been ouch. Because the symptoms did show up when I was in Wyndham. Like I thought the deep cycle batteries were just getting old and not taking a charge no more. But the alternator on the chassis wasn't charging or powering anything within the motorhome. Then to have this happen now after, you know, replacing the deep cycle batteries and the disconnect switch, having that all brand new and everything working inside, plugged into shore power, I'm going to have Molly towed. I'm going to have Molly towed to a repair shop. It looks like I'll have to winterize her by hand. At least I can use the water pump and all that works. So I can get the RV antifreeze into her system. I thought it would just be the switch, but it wasn't. I should have dealt with this a little bit sooner. My putting it off made it into more of a problem now than it really could have been. Luckily, it didn't start anything under the hood there on fire, but it did smoke bad enough where I took the fire extinguisher out and put the fire extinguisher down by the battery where it was smoking on them battery wires there, somewhere underneath there. In fact, the horn even went off on the motorhome until I unhooked the battery. I removed the battery and the battery pan, trying to trace back where it's burning wires down in there and melting. I'm sure that's the whole issue now with that problem happening on the road with the alternator not charging the system, and only working with shore power. But I was able to start the generator back then. So that has progressively, whatever got wrong got progressively worse, because now the Cummins generator won't start even plugged into shore power. Even with the manual button on the side of the Cummins generator itself. That's the only thing in the 12 volt system that won't work. Otherwise, the slides, everything else, the awning, the lights, the awning light, all that works plugged into shore power. So I know it's not my inverter or anything in the back end of the motorhome, or pretty much anything with the house side of Molly at all. It's the Ford F450 that's up front there that's given some kind of issue, some kind of ignition issue underneath the hood that I'm going to have her towed. I called into Camping World, and they recommended this place called Hoagland. They work on commercial vehicles. That's where they send motorhomes to be worked on. They're nearby Camping World in Monticello over there where I bought Molly back in 2020, August of 2020. Hopefully it's not going to be too expensive, and I do have a warranty, but I don't know. I believe that's only on the house side of it. I don't think it's going to cover the chassis or the Ford F450 area of it, or E450. Some YouTube videos I've watched other people have had issues trying to bring it to even a commercial Ford dealer won't work on a motorhome. So hopefully Hoagland here gives me a call in the morning and I can have her towed over there. Because otherwise I'm going to have to go get a tank and empty my what's in the tanks there manually, plus get the hot water heater drained right here, and all the RV fluid up in the system there, so all the PEX lines and everything are okay. No freezing over the winter. But I wanted to give you an update on Molly there. I can't even go camping on her one more time this year. That was my plan after getting that switch installed. I was going to take her up camping after emptying her, but there's some issue going on with the alternator under the hood there that's pretty dangerous. I feel blessed now for this not to happen on the road. And Molly got me back here to the house, you know. So I feel lucky that way. 9 months gone, and this happens only the last few nights when I was down in Windham, when it wasn't starting to, it wouldn't charge the house batteries when the motor went driving down the road, the refrigerator, none of that would work. So whatever that issue there, I'm sure caused the electrical issue under there with the smoke. So I'm not sure what it is. I took the battery out, took the battery pan out, trying to trace back where the wire is burned or where it's smoking from. I could never find a charred wire though. But it's awfully tight up in there. And a mechanic will know, especially a Ford mechanic or somebody specializing in E450s, will know. Maybe they've even seen this issue before. They could. It's some short. There's got to be a short there somewhere. But you guys have a good Monday evening, and I'm dealing with issues here with my girl Molly. I told her I'll get her healed. Have a good evening. Take care.